Shabbat Shalom. Alright, young people, you know the drill. Take your rightful places so we can get straight into the final presentation of the series. Alright, so there's something from last week I need to address. The word for virgin wasn't properly explained. Alright, so the word for virgin slide is not changing. Is Bethula. Bet Tav Vav Lamed He. And I would have said that it is the covenanted family, or the family's covenant is secured by the binding of life. What does that mean? There are two Hebrew words. There's a Hebrew word for son and the word for daughter. The Hebrew word for son is ben or ban. Bet nun. Bet is a family. Nun is a seed. The seed means to continue. So it means the family continues because the family continues through a son, right? A man's family only continue through his son. The daughter goes and she becomes somebody else's or builds somebody else's house, somebody else's family. And we see it even in today's society. Your daughter gives away your last name, but your son continues your last name, right? So the son continues the family. That is why the son prepares a place at his father's property and takes his wife there because he's building his father's house, continuing his father's name. Inheritance is passed to the son because the son continues the family. Ben means the family continues. That's a son. The Hebrew word for daughter is bat. Bet Tav. Only two letters. Bet Tav. It means the family is covenanted, or the covenant of the family, because your daughter goes and through a covenant, another family is joined to your family and she builds another family. You understand? So it's how you bring two families together through the daughter, the covenant of the daughter. And the covenant is the marriage. No, so marriage is the covenant. So the family's covenant is secured by the binding of life. And the binding of life is the man taking the woman and bringing forth a child. And that's why the word is virgin. Because the only person who can continue or build, a family or bind two families together is a what? Is a virgin. Only a virgin can bind two families. Because if you are not a virgin, you have already bounded two families. You understand? You don't look like you understand. You understand? So only a virgin can bind two families. Because if you're not a virgin, then you've already bound two families. Your family and the family of the man who you first laid with. Everybody understand? Good, so we can move on. Today's presentation, the strength of your youth. Why does Yahuwah use all those, or did Yahuwah use all those young persons that we looked at last week? The kings. You can name them. Solomon's, the Davids, the Hezekiahs, the Josiahs, and the Joash, Manasseh, Zedekiah, Uzziah, Azariah, Amaziah, all the kings that we looked at, the Samuels, the prophets, the Ezekiels, the Jeremiahs, all of those young men, call them from they were children, the Abrahams, the Isaacs, the Jacobs. Why does Yahuwah use young people? Lamentations 3, we looked at it at length last week. After he recounted all his problems from verse 1 to verse 20, he said, "This I recall to my mind, therefore I wait." What did he recall to his mind? Great is Yahuwah's faithfulness. Yahuwah is my portion, so I wait for him. Yahuwah is good to those waiting for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good both to wait and to be silent for the salvation, the deliverance of Yahuwah. And it is good for a man to bear a yoke in his youth. That is why Yahuwah works with young people. Because it is good for a man to bear a yoke in his youth. That means they put problem upon you. Why? You said it earlier. Why? Because you're strong. And you need to learn. Because it gets no easier as you progress in life. And young people need to be told this. Because when I was growing up, they told me, go to school, pass your GSAT, go to high school. Pass your CXC, go to university. Get your degree, get a job. Get a job, you get a wife. You get a wife, or you get a job, you get a house. When you get a house, you get a wife. When you get a wife, you get a car, you get baby, and you live your life happily ever after, don't it? It never worked out like that for me. Nobody never tell me, say, that go hard. Not one person look at me and tell me that it was going to be hard. I am telling you now, your life does not get any easier from this point forward. It only gets harder. How you develop, how you mature, and how you learn from the different situations will equip you to handle the situations as they come. Let him sit alone and be silent, because Yahuwah has laid it on him. So when the problems come, Jeremiah says, sit alone and be silent. Shut your mouth. There's a lot of power in stillness. There's a lot of power in silence. And it's a power that we relinquish because we can't keep ourselves quiet. Let him put his mouth in the dust. Put your mouth in the ground. There might yet be hope when you shut your mouth. 1 Timothy 4:12. Let no one look down on your youth. You have some people who bad mind you for your youth because they wasted theirs. Sometimes your own parent. I am being very honest. Sometimes your own parent bad mind you for your youth because they wasted theirs. And you're achieving and you're doing things that they didn't have the opportunity to do. Let no one look down on your youth, but be an example to the believers in word. So you can be an example to adults. As a young person, David was an example because Saul said to David, you are but a young man, you can't go and fight him. David had about 7 brothers who were in the army, older than him. All were afraid to go and face Goliath. Was David not an example to all those adult men in Israel who did not want to go and face Goliath? So young people can be an example to adults. That is why Yahuwah works with young people. 1 John 2:14. I wrote to your fathers because I wrote to you, fathers, because you have known him from the beginning. I wrote to you, young men, because you are strong. And the word of Elohim stays in you. Because you see, when a man learns a thing from him young, you can't get it out of time. If I go try to learn to play keyboard now, and you take Allura and start to teach her, I will never reach her level in my lifetime. Never, as long as she's dedicated to it, because she started when she's young. You have years ahead of you. Your best learning years are when you are young. So when a man learns Torah from him youth, so it shouldn't be a case where we as a people now, in this culture, taking up this ancient walk, are having children, and these children come and live worse off lives than us. Seeing that they are starting in it. We never start in it in a brethren. We are coming into it and try to learn on the fly now. So when you get a child now, brand new brand, plastic wrap up, never touched yet, that child should come and excel or exceed you in greatness. Because you are teaching them everything that you have learned thus far, and they should go and add to that. Rosh and I are supposed to teach somebody how to come and present in this place here. And then when them come, they can't teach you anything new. They don't unlock some new thing in Scripture. Some new ways of studying Scripture. It shouldn't be. Jeremiah 2. The word of Yahweh came to me in verse 1 saying, Go and you shall cry in the hearing of Jerusalem saying, Thus said Yahweh, I remember you. Watch this. The loving commitment. Loving commitment. You know when someone is lovingly committed to something? Them love it till them full. Them run it down. Yahweh said, I remember Yisra'el. The loving commitment of her what? Youth. The love of your bridehood when me just meet her, Yahweh said. When I just met her, the love was so strong. The commitment was so strong. Anything I said to do, Yisra'el said, we will do because the love's strong. She young. She ready for man. When you went after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Psalm 8 verse 2. Out of the mouth of babes and infants, you, Yahuwah, have founded what? Strength. And let me say it. So I just give you 2 slides showing you why much is expected of you, especially as Yisra'el youths. More so than any other youth in this world. The youth from Yisra'el. Great things are expected from you. To whom much is given, much is required. And you have been given the Torah. So much is required of you. I remember when Moses was a child playing in Pharaoh's lap. Moses took the crown off Pharaoh's head. And Pharaoh asked Balaam, what is the meaning of this? Balaam said, listen, this child is a Hebrew child. Him know him do. And a play. He's going to take the throne from you. Kill him. You say him have sense from him. Burn him have sense. The sins of your youth. Very important. I need you to pay attention now. The sins of your youth. It's because youth have the strength. They have the vim and the vigor and the vitality and all the nice words we can use, the youthful exuberance. It means that they are prone to folly. Because it's when a man's strong, he thinks he's invincible. And when you read the testament of the patriarchs, you see that. Jacob's sons were strong. And so they felt themselves to be invincible. And so they operated as such and get themselves in problem. So we have to warn you now about the sins of your youth. Job 13:26. Watch this. Look what Job said. You write bitter charges against me. That means him I get licked, you know. That means him I get punished. Bitter charges against me. And you make me inherit the what? The what? The crookedness of which part? You see the sins of your youth? It follows you all the way into your adult life, into your elder life, and to the point where you're dead. Some sin follow you to the point where you're dead, brethren. The sins of your youth. This is the time to make wise decisions. This is the time to make informed decisions. Because these decisions will prove more costly than the decisions in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s. These follow you. And you can ask, as I told you last week, any adult in here, if there is any decision they made in their youth that they regret to this day, and they will tell you yes. Psalm 25:7. David said, do not remember the sins of my youth. In begging Yahweh and say, I beg you, please don't remember them, because if you ever remember them, me in serious trouble. Do not remember the sins of my youth and my transgressions. Jeremiah 3:24. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. Shame has devoured the work of our fathers from our youth. their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. We shall lie down in our shame while our reproach covers us. Why? For we have sinned against Yahuwah our Elohim. We and our fathers have sinned against him from our youth. So is the youth, them are talking, brethren. I talk about them fathers, I said because of the sins that the fathers committed, they come now and have to be facing certain situations. Because what you have to understand, you see, even though Yahuwah said fathers will not be punished for the sins of their children and children will not be punished for the sins of their fathers. You see, if your parents sin and end up in poverty and sickness and disease as a result, it is going to affect you as a child. Because it's your parent, you live with them. You're going to have to handle the sickness that them have. You're going to have to handle the poverty and the disease. When Jamaican people say, what drop off a head? Drop on shoulder. We have not obeyed the voice of Yahuwah. So the sins of your youth has lasting repercussions and can affect your descendants. Alright. Isaiah 47. 11, 12, and 15. Evil shall come upon you, not knowing from where it arises, and trouble will fall upon you. If I hear a man say, what is me do, man? And where this come from? What could have caused all of this? See, Isaiah talk about it here. You being unable to put it off, crosses are run you down, brethren. Ruin will come upon you suddenly, which you know not. And what kind of cross is this? Stand now. Yahuwah says, watch it. Yahuwah said, know that the problem take you. Stand now with your potent spells, because that is what you believe in your youth. You believe in the guzu man. You believe in the scamming. You believe in the stealing. You believe in your boyfriend. So draw feet now. No come cry to me. I wasn't there. You never consider my feelings. Stand now with your potent spells and your witchcraft in which you have labored from your youth. The man run them. When them come now, the attack club sketch them in a brethren. You catch AIDS. You have picking in your teens. All the different problems. You come now to Yahuwah, you want holy righteous. No, Yahuwah said, no, go stand up back with the man. Go on back, go stand up with the man. Don't come to me now. So they shall be to you with whom you have labored. Watch this. Your merchants, your guzuman, what you call it now? The call center worker who give you the client sheet, where you use and call the people them. Your merchants from your youth, they shall wander each one his own way, and there is none to save you. You can't even find back the man to help you. The same people who you relied on in your youth and forsake Yahuwah for, them forsake you now when you want to rely on Yahuwah. And that you call table turn, brethren. Table turn. Jeremiah 22. Watch this. I want you to pay attention, young people. And not love chat. Go through my own. And I would want the same for you. Yahuwah said, listen man, I have spoken to you in your ease. You know what is ease, brethren? Prosperity. Yahuwah said, when you were prosperous, me warn you. I warn you in your prosperity, in your ease, when everything was fine and dandy and nice. I warned you. But you said, I do not listen. Me no business. Sister Reynolds, chat too much. This has been your way from your youth. You did not obey my voice. So why are you going to come to me now when the attack of sketch your brethren? The boops thing, Christianity teaches us to treat Yahuwah as boops. We have to let it go. The books thing don't work. Only the righteous go and pray to Yahweh. And when the sinful pray, or petition or whatever you want to call it, Yahweh only respond when he realize that the behavior change, that is repentance. Man change him dirty ways. So you can't love watch blues. And every day you're on your knees begging Yahweh to help you to stop watch blues. No, it don't work like that. And you want forgiveness, and as you get up your gang and watch the blues again. It no works, so brethren. We think Yahweh going to box the phone out of your hand or cut off the internet? It don't work like that. You have to change. A man give you forgiveness when you change. You as a man, are you going to forgive a wife who over and over and over again she give you bun? You going to forgive her? Because you're going to say this is your way from your youth, this is your natural disposition, you're not going to stop. If you show me now, say you will return from the nastiness, then probably you have a chance. Maybe you will have a chance. Jeremiah 31, continue. I have clearly heard, hold on. Let all your shepherds, verse 22, be devoured by the wind, and your lovers go into captivity. Then you shall be ashamed and humiliated for all your evil. So all of the people them who you give me born with, the Assyrian, the Babylonian, the what you call the Philistine. New thing in Jamaica now, when a man come out and you don't know in front now, you say, where the Philistine you go? A Philistine call the people. Your lovers, them gone, Yahweh, so them capture them. So who you going to turn to now? All of your boyfriend them. And your girlfriend. Because you have man who forsake Yahweh for woman too, you know, brethren. You have man who forsake the creator for woman. Solomon was one. Samson was one. So no go on like says woman alone we're dealing with. I have clearly heard Ephraim lamenting. Ephraim a ball all of a sudden, no Ephraim a ball. When Ephraim a take man in a Brady. Ephraim a laugh in a man house, you know, under man tree. Yahweh said them go up on mountain top under tree. Not even make a man carry him in a house. When Ephraim a take man, Ephraim a laugh and a giggle and, oh, stop it. Yahweh said then, oh, all of a sudden you a ball. The man no funny again. The man no nice again. You have chastised me, Ephraim said, and I was chastised like an untrained calf. Turn me back, and I shall turn back, for you are Yahweh, my Elohim. So Ephraim want to turn back now. Because he realized the whole of the boyfriend them. No spell sense. None of them not even amount to one. You have 15 man and the 15 man then can't amount to one. For after my turning back, I repented. And look, very important, I tell you, no, hope no last. After my turning back, I wonder if you see where the things are, brethren. Sometimes I really wonder if you see the thing them, you know. When the man say happen, how you go? After, before? Some man have to turn back before him do what? Before him do what? Repent. You can't go about your beg forgiveness and you're still not the dirty nastiness. Man say, after me turn back, when me realize now, say me get a grip on the blues. I realize I get a grip on the fornication. I realize I get a grip on the homosexuality. Then now me can repent because me can show Yahweh. Me say, see, you know? At 3 years, or not even up to 3 years, at 3 months, no, me no watch no blues. So something must can go on between me and you. Because me I try. after I turned back, I repented. Man, no, I'm telling you, no approach Yahweh, brethren, if you're not ready. Because him not hear that. I was ashamed. See it here? After I was instructed, so when I read and I see that I was wrong, I struck myself on the thigh and gave himself some lick. Man beat himself. I was ashamed, even humiliated. Why? For I bore the shame and disgrace of my youth. Follow you into your adult life. If you don't learn nothing in the 2 weeks, remember this. The things you do in your youth, follow you until you lose your tooth. When you're old. Jeremiah 32. The Chaldeans who fight against this city shall come and set fire to this city. Burn it with the houses on whose roofs they burned incense to Baal. Burn this again in a virgin. Israel, you know. And that's why we stay so, you know. And that's why we so promiscuous, you know. Man and woman, you know. We, you know, because we come from the promiscuous people, them. That's why we so promiscuous. When me young and I grow, nothing sweet me like people, woman. Nothing sweet like to take a woman from a man. Ego. Promiscuity, brethren. Nastiness. See it here, born again. They burned incense to Baal. That's how we forefather them stayed. And they poured out their drink offerings to other mighty ones. The drinking again. We love the drinking. And big party and dance. Daggering. Dagger master, warm up and go for her. You know why warm up? You liquor where you warm up with. You have to warm up and the liquor and go for her. And then call your dagger master. For the children of Yisra'el and the children of Yehuda have done only evil before me from their youth. And that is the very reason why me, you, and you, they are suffer today. Because we forefather them are whore from them are youth. And we're bearing the repercussions of that. What drop off a head, drop on shoulder. Testament of Simeon 2. Cool and deadly. Any amount of time it takes us to get through, we're going to get through. Watch this now. This is one of Jacob's sons. And we're going to look at a few of them. These are young men who felt as if they were invincible because they are Hebrew. And Yahweh give them immense strength and abilities. One man fast, light on his feet, so he can run upon grass and the grass don't bend. One man can jump from ground and jump up on a house top, city wall. One man can take up a big stone and fling it. One man fight 50 men and come out victorious. Some man start to think highly of himself. Start to think that he's greater than he actually is. Forgetting where his strength come from. Youth normally forget where the youthfulness come from. That vim, vigor, and vitality that you have in your youth. Men, that tan-panning lang where you have in your youth. No forget where it come from. Because a time going come when you can't even tan-panning on at all. Fading memory. And all the memory we gone left you to you can't even remember nothing. You laugh and think a joke. Testament of Simeon chapter 2. Man young and come up and him see him start realize him get erection and things stand up and him say, what? You wait. As you progress in life, it no sound so strong again. In the time of my youth, Simeon says, I was jealous of Joseph. You call this bad mind. You call this envy. You call this hateful. What you call it? Hatred for brother. In his youth, him harbor these things. Watch it. Because my father loved him more than the rest of us. A lot of us in here might have that problem. I determined inwardly to destroy him. I said to myself, inside of myself, I said, must kill him. Must kill him. Because, look what I'm saying. Because the prince of error blinded my mind, so that I did not even consider him a brother. And I did not even check and think to myself, so if I kill him, the repercussions are the effects it is going to have on my father. The man said, me not consider none of that to all the prince of error blind my mind. Me just say, me have to kill him. I don't care about consequences and repercussions and who it drop on and who going to feel and who going to ball and how the whole house are going to take it. I don't care. I just go and kill him. And Yahweh bound my hands. We jump down in the story. And we know Joseph escaped and them sell him to Egypt. Verse 12, him say, Yahweh bound my hands and feet. Because it's the same hand and feet make him think him bad. The same hand and feet where him run to go war all the while and victorious come out victorious make him think him nice. Yahweh say, simple mathematics, and me give you the hand and the foot. Me give you the hand and the foot. Just like with us young men, Yahweh say, me give you something where you use upon these females and feel like say you're bad. So here what? Whole erectile dysfunction. Make we see how you deal with it. Yahweh bound my hands and feet, however, and thus prevented my hands from performing their deeds, because for 7 days my right hand became partly withered. No man have to start see himself. Man have to start to realize that there is a higher power. I am not invincible because I can't bring back the hand. All this time I thought I was Bill Gates, but now it turned out I am not even Bill Fence. And I knew my children, because he's speaking to his children in our brethren. This man is warning his children. The man said, when I realized that my hand withered, I knew that this had happened to me because of Joseph. So I repented and I wept and I prayed to Yahuwah Elohim that my hand might be restored and that I might refrain from every defilement and grudge and from all folly. Man realized the problem and him say, listen, me want the hand restored now, but me have to ensure that the hand no wither again in the future. So I need Yahuwah to take away this grudgefulness, all of the folly that is bound up in my heart. For I knew that I had contemplated an evil deed in the sight of Yahuwah and of Jacob my father on account of Joseph my brother, because of me envying him. And then we jump to chapter 5 where he warning him sons now. Even more so. Look what the man warned him son, Mr. Virgin. Guard yourselves from sexual promiscuity. Where was this when I was a young man? We don't understand the opportunity we don't have, Learning these things, and I wish I learned these things before I catch 20 out in a virgin. I'm now in 30s just reading these things, You don't know the opportunity you have. You don't know the wealth of information, the wealth of resource, the knowledge that is being opened up unto you for you to go and live great lives. To become a Joseph and a Daniel in this Babylon that we're living in. You don't understand. You just read Bible and not believe. Guard yourself from sexual promiscuity. What is promiscuity? Only for sexual partners. Sexual promiscuity means anything we pass, you're ready. Sexual promiscuity. Why? Because fornication is the mother of all wicked deeds. Full stop. When me tell you all the while, me not telling you every time Israel find themselves in problem with Yahweh is because of fornication. Man and woman business, sex. The root. When I say money is the root of all evil, coming like it's sex. It's the love of money. Seems as if it is the love of sex. It is the mother of all wicked deeds. When it says mother, what it means? It gives birth to all wicked deeds, brethren. It separates from Elohim and leads men to Beliar. Beliar is worthlessness, foolishness. Nothing. Leads you to nothing. When a man love only for a woman and people woman, check him later on down the line and see if him have nothing in a life. See if him own nothing. See if him have any legacy. Nothingness. All him can do is point and say, am I you that, you know? The Testament of Reuben. Another good one. Watch this, verse 6 of chapter 1. Behold, I call to witness against you this day. Man, I want him son them brethren, and if anybody supposed to warn, is this man supposed to warn? Because him do for him fair share of foolishness. Man said, listen, I get what I supposed to get for mine, and I rectify it, and I face my consequences, and I live through it. I am warning you now. And him say, I am calling Yahuwah as witness, because me no want nobody go say, I saw the pupatan, so I saw the pity them come, so me I want no. Calling witness against you this day. The Elohim of the heavens, man, say me call Yahuwah if you can stand up righteous and see me attack to no. And I, Mashah, call Yahuwah to stand up right here and see that I am talking to the young people of the assembly of Yisra'el. That you walk not in the sins of youth and fornication. Now remember, fornication is everything that you see in Leviticus 18. And if a young girl take man in her father's house, it's fornication, because that is not how it is supposed to be done. And if you as a young man take the people them daughter, force yourself over the people them daughter, fornication. Wherein I was poured out. So I'm guilty of it. And defiled the bed of my father Jacob. Look. Verse 12. Man says, 7 spirits therefore are appointed against man. So him tell us in the preceding verses, you know, between verse 6 and 12, and him tell us that, listen, man when he make with 7 spirits. Good spirit. Because Yahweh don't make us evil. Don't listen to Christianity. We were not made evil. 7 good spirits you're born with. But him say, Master, you now have 7 spirits. We come and follow you. And if you entertain the spirit, it come and counteract them 7 good spirits. And those are the 7 spirits that are made against man. They are the leaders in the work of who? Youth. Because Master know too. Master know say, if I catch you from in your youth, it's difficult for you to get out of my grasp. If I catch you in your youth, Yahweh has to work miracles to get you back. And we only focusing on the ones that have to do with the sex. Verse 20. The 7th spirit is the power, watch this, is the power of procreation and sexual intercourse. Because youth potent, them have enough. Remember, the younger you be, the more you can produce, No say go, Virgin? Yeah, man. That's why I say it's the leader in youth. The power of procreation, that is sex, to create another life. All right. With which, through love of pleasure, if you love the pleasure of it, because apart from it being a very pleasurous activity, or pleasing activity, it's functional. It serves the family and the community in that you raise up seed to continue your race, to continue your family, to continue your legacy. And in Yahweh's case, in the grand scheme of things, we are raising righteous seed because we want to plant more righteousness in the earth so we can reap more righteousness. Because Mastima plant holy sin and we are reap the sin. So we know if we try and counter it as best as possible and plant some righteousness so we can get some righteousness. Man can't eat mango all the days in life. You have to have one key over there, so. And one jibbling over there, so, and one june plum. No, sir, go, Virgin? Good. So it is functional. Yes, pleasure is there, but it is functional. We now have to strike a balance and understand that it's functional. But you see, nowadays, the young people only want the pleasure part. And the world only want you to have the pleasure part, so they make condom. They make IUD. Where is something them name? Morning after pill. Tell me them. Where they name? All of them. All of the contraceptive. Because they only want you to have the pleasure, not the function. And now, you see them come on news. Birth rate is low. Listen, I tell you, mankind is the stupidest of Yahweh's creation, and I say it unapologetically. We are the stupidest of Yahweh's creation. We are the only thing where Yahweh create who feel the need to not recreate ourselves. And that is against self-preservation. In order for you to preserve self, you have to recreate self. You know if you ask goat for reproduce, brethren. When in time come in, do him have to do. Because even Billy Goat knows him now they are favor. Mankind don't know that. So it is functional. Sex is functional. Primarily, sex is functional. Pleasure comes secondary. Wherefore, the man said, this is the reason. Because it is a great power, the power of procreation and intercourse, with which through the love of it, pleasure, the love of the pleasure, sins enter in. This is the reason why it is the last in the order of creation. And the first in that of youth. Mastima say, Yahweh say, I want it to be the last in creation because no mankind Yahweh make last and take virgin. No say go. So in the wrong and the last in creation. Mastima say, I first me I put it in a youth, them first. It first I want them to run down. Youth no run down Torah first. It's afterwards. Even we are examples of it. We run down the pleasure first in our lives, and now we get enough of the pleasure. Now we want to live Torah life and go on like say we holy and sanctimonious. Now we don't whore out ourselves for it. It is the first in that of youth because it is filled with ignorance. And they say ignorance is bliss. When a man don't know until you get catch. When a man having the sex, it's nice, brethren. Because when he go doctor and the doctor tell him, say, I say, we say you HIV positive. If he could have take it back, he take it back. When he go to the doctor and the doctor say, I see where you're pregnant, you know. If he could have take it back, him take it back. Ignorance. And it leads the youth as a blind man to a pit. And as a beast to a precipice. With these spirits are mingled the spirits of error. First is the spirit of fornication, seated in the nature and in the senses. Reuben said fornication seated in our nature and our senses. So we get eyes to look, and we take a look on people, man. We get ears to hear, and we take a listen to when the lady says, come into my house. And knowing that she belongs to somebody else. That is what we take our senses and do with it. And the second is the spirit of insatiableness. What does insatiable mean? Can't satisfy. Good. Insatiable means you cannot satisfy. Young people must learn to satisfy. Work with what you have. Understand your restrictions and work with what you have. Because you see, this insatiableness, this is what gives rise to the scamming culture in Jamaica. This is what gives rise to homosexuality becoming so prevalent among our young men. Because they don't know how to hold their own. So as soon as somebody come and show them a Benz, show them something them gone bend over, man I ride them. And it's the same for the young ladies. Can't satisfy. The father don't have it. So then go find man will have it before time. Our woman will have it. You're right. Because lesbianism is prevalent too. Insatiableness in the belly. Man not love them belly. Woman not love them belly. Man must learn to hear belly bawl and tell belly say wait. Learn to bear hunger. Fasting good sometimes. And so with these perish every young man who walk according to them, because it darkens his mind from the truth, and not understanding the Torah of Elohim, nor obeying the admonitions of his fathers and his mothers, when them tell them, say, you're not ready for man yet, you're not ready for woman yet, them not listen. And it is the same as befell me, Reuben, also in my youth. Now, my children, love the truth, it will preserve you. Hear you the words of Reuben your father. Look what Reuben tell them now. Watch this now, young men. Reuben said, pay no heed. When you say pay no heed, what do you mean? Pay no mind. Pay no mind to the face of a woman. Why him say that? Is he telling you to go and look on the face of a man? No. He's saying, no look on a woman too long, brethren. Because women are so beautifully designed by Yahweh, you know. If you look into a woman's face too long, you know, brethren, your thoughts gone another land, you know. No, man must be honest, brethren. You don't talk the truth, man. If you look in a woman's face too long, worse when they go put in a little nose ring. Gone. You're looking at a woman's face and you're not seeing her face. You see a woman naked and her face you're looking at. Reuben said, pay no heed to the face of a woman. Because when she go bust out the bad smile, rot it. Nor associate with another man's wife. Leave people business alone. The man said, no associate with people, wife, brethren. No find yourself alone nowhere with nobody, wife. Some of us, we think that we're too skilled. And you don't realize that you're not so skilled until you get yourself in problem. No, put yourself in that situation in the first place. Nor meddle with affairs of womankind. Man said, brethren, just love woman business alone. Leave woman business alone. Him not tell yourself leave woman alone, you know. But you see the woman business, you know, some man make girl picking it in their whole life. Man say leave woman business alone. That's why man must have work and over time. When you have too much time, same thing for the women too. People have too much time, them do foolishness. For my mind, taking in the thought of the woman's nakedness. All along you watch the woman and looking at the woman's face. I'm father wife, you know. But she look nice. And him a turn man now because him a grow up. Him have strength. And him look at something start stand up on him at night time and say then turn. The man start watch the woman in the house and move. But this not just happening in one day, no brethren. I refuse to believe this happening in one day. The man I watch the woman long time. That's why him can't warn him son him now and say, listen man, nobody look at nobody even look in her face because that's how me get catch. She call me if you tell me if you wash plate and me look in her face and me I say she pretty, me go and wash the plate then quick and fast. My mind taking in the thought of the woman's nakedness all of a sudden now. The woman naked. Not more than the woman a beard and him gang and peep. Suffered me not to sleep. So that means a long time it a go on, brethren. The man go in bed at night time and when the man lock in him, I say the woman naked. I rub on the Protex. No Protex so people beard with. How you go? Me not understand. Irish Spring. Okay, Irish Spring. Sorry. Me just checking for the day sleep. Suffered me not to sleep until I had wrought the abominable thing. Man can't sleep in a virgin because the woman captivating mind now, you know. She captivating mind as a young man. Captivating mind. And before you go find somebody, I look at surrogate away a substitute for him urges. The man force himself on the woman virgin. Rape him father wife. Young people, I wonder if you don't understand this act that Reuben. You don't know who is Reuben? Reuben is which one of the band them? First, second, third. Who? Which one? Eh? Oh no. Let me tell you now. Reuben is the first son of Jacob. So you see how we talk about Judah now? I said the lion of the tribe of Judah. He should have been the lion of the tribe of Reuben. You hear how all the kings of Israel come from Judah? All of the kingdom should have come from which part? Reuben. Why that not happen? Because he go sleep with his father wife. So to this very day, if you come from Reuben, you can't be king. And the whole of the rest of Yisra'el look for you funny. Because you come from a funny tribe. We're talking about the sins of your youth, or it follow you and follow your descendants. Chapter 2 verse 7, for a pit unto the soul is the sin of fornication. A pit, you know what is a pit, brethren? You would have dropped in one pit? No. The man says, I saw fornication. Say fornication is a pit to the soul. Your soul drop down in a deedy pit. Separating it from Elohim. Because when your soul drop in a deedy, you know, brethren, Yahweh no want that the soul up of heaven can stink up the place, you know. Yahweh no want to see that the soul, because the soul stink. And bringing it near to idols, because it deceives the mind and understanding, and lead down young men into the grave before their time. You know how much man dead because of woman, virgin? You know how much young boys go a woman yard and man come in there, come catch him and kill him? See it here? It leads young men into the grave before their time. I never for them time for that. But then gonna take people who man are foolish enough to go to the man yard too. Testament of Judah now. That is Reuben. 2. Yes, Judah going with foolishness too. We're going to read about it now. Verse 17. Judah said, I knew that the race of the Canaanites was wicked, but the impulse of youth blinded my mind. What is he talking about? Him take a Canaanite wife because him go over Canaan. And the man, the girl father, like him and saying, would I be a good husband for him daughter? And him said, Judah, give me daughter. And Judah said, no, don't want her. And him said, wait, no, yourself. He said, me have some Hennessy and some boom and special. Wait name? Rum and boom. And that is special. Rum and boom. Say, I have some rum and boom. I have some Hennessy, I have some Campari, I have some Upton signature. I'm saying, don't worry yourself, my boss. We're going to drink and enjoy yourself. Big party. Man, see, you say, sons are keeper on a Canaan. Igloo are keeper on a Canaan. Man, say, I'm going to sons and igloo. Man, in a party, I drink and enjoy himself, and cartel come on and him bust him blank. Judah go on like say, him born in a dance hall and Judah church you. Judah supposed to be over assembly. Judah bust blank in a dance over Canaan. Rebel them and TC everybody in a party with them. Until then you know what going on in a shield. Until then know what going on. Judah bust blank in a dance. Intense a play at about the guzu. Big party. And when Judah get drunk, the father go to Judah again and say, Judah, you know what, my daughter? And Judah look upon her because she come and she pour out the Hennessy. Said, Judah, do you want more Hennessy? Judah said, yes, baby, pour it out for me, please. And she poured the Hennessy, and Judah drink, and Judah said, oh, she's so beautiful, because remember saying under the liquor now, you know, so him eye blurry. Him say, she pretty. Judah take girl. See it here? And when I saw her pouring out the Hennessy, owing to the intoxication of wine, I was deceived. She not even put the real wine on him yet, you know. And him deceived. And I took her, watch this, Anthony, I took her, although my father had not counseled it. So him take up big man thing upon himself before time. Because when you're leaving youth, and we're going to look at it before we close today, when you're leaving youth going into adulthood, is your parents send you half. You know, just jump up and say, me turn man and me turn woman now and leave. No, a parent send you off and say, all right, you're ready now. Go on. But Judah take it upon himself before time. Took the girl and his father counseled it not. Watch him say now. Now I command you, my children, listen to Yahudah your father, and keep my sayings to perform all the ordinances of Yahuwah and to obey the commands of Elohim. Watch this. Walk not after your lust. You're going to have lust. Because Master are going to approach you, so you're going to have lust. But don't succumb to it. Nor in the imagination of your thoughts, because, listen, the mind is a powerful thing, you know. The mind take off people clothes in a bridge, and you start see people naked, and you never in a real life see them naked, you know. The mind is a powerful thing. The imaginations of your thought. In haughtiness of heart. And glory not in the deeds and strength of your youth, for this also is evil in the eyes of Yahuwah. Since I also gloried, see it here now? Here where him hype come from, you know. When him talk about glory and hype, him a talk about in a virgin. Our word where we say people hype. And that him a talk about him say me hype. Look where him hype come from. I realize that in wars, no comely woman's face ever enticed me. So him hype in a virgin. Because him say, oh, me better than one Reuben. Because Reuben make woman draw him out. The amount of war me go and the amount of girl me see when time me defeat them system. Me no look for none of them. So him hype. See it here? No comely woman's face ever enticed me. So him say no amount of makeup, no amount of mascara, no amount of eyeliner, no amount of eyeshadow, none of that never catch me yet. Eyelash, fun. When they go so, amount of breeze, come like a rock pass. Watch it. And reprove. So Reuben said, Yahudah said, I reproved Reuben, my brother, concerning Bilhah. The man said, when me hear say Reuben going to daddy wife, me cuss him out. Ask him, how dare you? How could you? Because me think me better than him. Because no man no catch me yet. Till the NSC come into play. And man say, listen. Like the man say, Master, sit down and watch me a cuss out Reuben. And Master say, you wait because me have your one down the line. See it here? The spirits of jealousy and fornication array themselves against me until I lay with Shua the Canaanite and Tamar, who was espoused to my sons. Him do that too. Sleep with his son, daughter. Never know say a she. Because him go up to go shear sheep. And Tamar here say him come and dress up herself, nice, cover up, and put on clothes and go sit down. Out a back road. Because she knows say, when him name of a pass around a back road. Pali Royal. And Judah go on a back road and see Tamar. Two catch him get. Reuben get catch one. And him get two. And when him see Tamar, him say to Tamar, say, come let me sleep with you. Thinks that she a prostitute. Say, I'm going to pay her. And Tamar go and Tamar say, what will you give me as a pledge? And him give her his staff. You know what is the staff? The sign of rulership, where it said the scepter shall not depart from Yahudah. Judah take his staff, give to Tamar as pledge. Youth, the sins of your youth. For I said to my father-in-law, I will take counsel with my father, and so will I take your daughter. So he said, let me talk to my father first, that before the NSC touch him lip. And he was unwilling, but he showed me a boundless store of gold. Man said, come let me show you something, Jude. Carry a girl on my bank, I'll show you my account. I'm show you my bank book. Open up a safe and make you see what I go on. US, pound, Canadian, yen, francs. You never see the money yet? Judah turn up and look and say, I'm not even a president for the money. in his daughter's behalf, for he was a king. And he adorned her with gold and pearls. I think him don't know him, do? The man put on beard chain and something for him daughter. She pretty like money, Prada, Gucci, Dolce and Gabbana. And he caused her to pour out wine. When she come and she pour out the wine, to her cologne strong, me all want sneeze. He said, box me. When she passed me, I said, what that? Are you smell so? And she poured out the wine for us at the feast with the beauty of women. You know what I mean when you say with the beauty of women? When she come in with the wine, she come like a wedding. Pom 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 up. And so she come with the wine. And I said, "Mickey, come now." And she come with it, she come. And she take time come with the wine. It might look because she's nice and clean. King that time. What we are talking about? With the beauty of women and the wine. All along the man a hold him in a virgin. But is the wine get him out? The wine turn aside my eyes and pleasure blinded my heart. Because when the liquor start talk, virgin, hey, every sense gone. Every inhibition gone. You know, remember say you have one father named who? Jacob figure Hawks, no question. And I became enamored of her and lay with her and transgressed the commandment of Yahuwah and the commandment of my fathers. And I took her to wife. Watch it, because you don't get the lesson yet. See the lesson here now, because I'm doing foolishness. Yahuwah rewarded me according to the imagination of my heart, because I had no joy in her children. The sins of him youth follow him go straight. Him have him wife now because him take her Canaanite wife. But the woman is a crosses because the woman now walk in a Yisra'el. The woman now keep no Torah. The woman decides that she hell bent on her Canaanite ways and her Canaanite gods. And him get 3 sons with the woman. And what happened to them? 2 dead. Because him send them to go have sex with Tamar and get child so him can continue him name. And the boys went into the girl as per the instructions of their mother, Canaanite mother, because the Canaanite mother want them have Canaanite wife. The mother tell them, said, don't breed her. Juke her, but don't breed her. And them go in there and spill the seed and Yahweh kill them. See that I had no joy in her children, man, life miserable. Because of one night of enjoyment with NSC. Is it fair that as a young person you can make one decision and it mash up your entire life? No. But life is not fair. So deal with it. If you look somebody for help, empathize with you and say, oh God, it's so sad. I am not the one. Life is not fair. You need to learn. No, my children, I say unto you, be not drunk with wine. For wine turns the mind away from the truth and inspires the passion of lust and leadeth the eyes into error. I don't think you understand how the liquor thing works in a virgin. When liquor reach man's skin, you know. I'm sorry to be so candid, but I have to be. Man get horny when liquor reach him skin, brethren. So you just leave that alone. Or when you're going to drink, you and your wife drink. So when it comes, you'll make certain say are the right person you're going with. But the problem with us is that we think we skill. And we think we're more powerful than Mastima. You hear what the man say? The spirit of fornication and raid themselves against me. Them set the situation perfect because them tell themselves that they must catch me. Look now. He continues. The spirit of fornication now. Have wine as a minister. You know what is a minister? Minister no means come up and come preach. You know? Minister means serve. When you administer something, you serve it to people. Watch it now. The spirit of fornication. Have wine as a servant. Wine is a servant of the spirit of who? Fornication. Have wine as a servant to give pleasure to the mind. That's why when time man drink liquor, man laugh, say that, virgin. Man laugh and skin teeth. You want to see prep school when I didn't get the liquor. Under me special for me day under vibes. In laugh, is sweet him. You know want nothing more out of life, you know, no problem. You sit here and laugh. For this for if a man drink wine to drunkenness, it disturbs the mind with filthy thoughts leading to fornication. And it heats the body to carnal union. Talk the truth now, brethren. Them something happen when you drink liquor. And if the occasion of lust be present, that's why you have to do these things around people who you know, say are sensible people, brethren. Because when you go drink wine, a taboo, liquor a taboo, what do you think is going to happen? When you drink wine in assembly, you know, then there's something not happen because if you approach nobody, you're going to get a box. You're sober same time, wine run left you. But when you go drink wine a taboo, brethren, you must end up in a problem. It disturbs the mind. Because if the occasion of the lust be present, I want to look across this boy, I want to look across this girl, the day we are drink with you. He works the sin. And the worst part about it, him no shame. Until he come to his senses. When man and them liquor and him a cuss out everybody, him no shame. And chances are when him waking in the morning, he no remember nothing saying worse no shame because he no remember. Unless you have video show him how in the conk out. Exodus 20 verse 12. Young people, respect your father and your mother. Watch it, me no know it, but me not think you don't understand it. I know you know it. Pay attention. Honor. The word here should be honor. How do you honor something, brethren? How do we honor Yahweh? By obeying, keeping his commandments. So honoring your mother and your father means that you obey your mother and your father. Why you must do that? So that your days are prolonged upon the soil. So if you want a long life, follow your mother and your father, has them follow the Torah. Next, the guide of your youth. This is the husband of your youth. This is for the young ladies. Proverbs 2, 16 and 17 and 18. To deliver you from the strange woman, young man, Proverbs 17, talking to you about the adulteress, the woman who sleeps with everybody. Wisdom delivers you from the strange woman, from the foreigner who flatters with her words. Because you have some girl them smooth with them words, you know, dry your in, you know. And you have some fine voice lady, you know. When she start talking, you're ready long time. All you hear them in the back of your neck stand up, you not even didn't know, so you have your run in your neck back. Flatters with her words. Watch it. You see this woman here, the strange woman and the foreigner who flatters with her words? She forsook the companion, the guide of her youth. You know what is the guide of her youth? The guide of your youth is your husband or your father. And because she started take man different from her husband and take man in her father house, she forsake the guide of her youth. And has forgotten, see there, forgotten the covenant of her Elohim. For her house has sunk down to death. When you go into her, you're going dead. And her paths to the dead. Jeremiah 3. Elohim said, if a man puts away his wife and she goes from him and become another man's wife, does he return to her again? Would not that land be made greatly unclean? But you have committed whoring with many lovers, Yisra'el. Would you return to me? Ask Yahweh. Lift up your eyes to the heights and see. Where have you not lain with man? Yahweh said, I want you to look up. Lift up your eyes. Because she comes stand up before Yahweh and Yahweh talk and she will roll down her head like she shame. Yahweh said, lift up your head. Lift up your head and look around you And if you can identify one place where you're not going to sleep with, man, I give you a pass. And she couldn't even hold up her head because she got punished town, Kingston, St. Catherine, not Punishtown, Punishtown and St. Catherine. In go Westmoreland, Portland, 14 parish. From Beersheba to Dan. Besides the ways you have sat for them like an Arabian in the wilderness, you sit down and wait for the man them to pass. Back road settings. And you made the land unclean with your whoring and your evil. Therefore, the showers have been withheld, and there has been no latter rain. You have had a whore's forehead. You refuse to be ashamed. You're not ashamed. Shall you not from now on cry to me, my Father? You are the guide of my youth. No, she want to remember that in her brethren. Because she not forsake the guide of her youth. And no, she want to remember the guide of her youth. And come back. Ezekiel 16. In all your abominations, verse 22, you did not remember the days of your youth. When you were naked and bare, trampled down in your blood. Yahweh said, when me pass, you don't know body. You want to look a maga, butterfoot girl around there, so poor her come up. And me say, you know me like her. I go and work with her. And Yahweh say, I take you up and I fix you up. Not even Bridget, you never know. Let me see you wear look a push toe slippers where there's something can pull out every minute and you have to push it in back. Me I tell you, say, Mickey has come. You stop and I push in back there's something in the slippers. I don't love laughing, man. Women know you some tear up panty. You don't have nothing. I'm going to fix you up. Fix you up nice. No, yeah, where's the person? Tory Birch. Tory Birch, you know, not even bother with Bridges again now. Fly past Bridges and gone to Tory Birch. Fly past Sheen and gone to Prada. No fashion woman on Forever 21. Fix you up. And Yahweh said, you still did not remember the days of your youth. Because if you remember the days of your youth, you would remember, say, I'm me. Take you up and fix you up. And I'm me you turn pan. Because you did not remember the days of your youth, but you troubled me with all this. Verse 22. 43. Or 60. Not changing. But I shall remember my covenant with you. So who open the last, brethren? As long as you turn, the man said, I will remember the covenant that I made with you in the days of your youth when you were a butterfoot. And we will fix you up. See me, I fix you up the last time? I will fix you up back again. But you must turn. Because me not take bun one second time. And not taking the bun a second time. Ezekiel 23. A lot of persons might not like when I talk candid, you know. But I am a man of my Creator. And my Creator speaks the same way. Watch Ezekiel 23 now. Yahweh said they hoard in Egypt. People don't like when I say whore. Yahweh said, see, they hoard in Egypt. They hoard in their youth. From them a pit. Yahweh said, from she a pitney she upon me. There in Egypt, her breasts were handled. She get feel up. Man feel her up. From she in Egypt. And her maiden, her virgin nipples were squeezed. Man, well, I nipple them and squeeze them. And she did not forsake her whorings from Egypt. For in her youth they slept with her. And they squeezed her virgin nipples and poured out their whorings on her. What a something. And she increased her whoring, not remembering the days of her youth when she whored. Well, remembering the days of her youth when she whored in the land of Egypt. So, in the previous chapter that we read, the woman was not remembering the days of her youth before When Yahweh take her up and fix her up, she was not remembering. In this case now, this woman is remembering the days of her youth. And her days of her youth is whoring. And Yahweh is saying she carried all the way into her adult life. She now left it out. And thus you longed for the wickedness of youth, of your youth, when the Egyptians squeezed your nipples because of the breasts of your youth. And now you get old and the breast then drop down, you want to come to me. If me squeeze them. What left? Let me have to search and try to find the squeeze. Joel 1 verse 8. Wail, Yahweh says, cry Yisra'el like a virgin, girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Nothing like the husband of your youth, because that is the true husband, the one who takes the virginity. That's why Yahweh said, bawl theme. Bawl. Like a virgin who is crying for the husband of her youth. When a woman lose the husband of her youth, she have to bawl because she don't know no other man, virgin. Sirach 40 verse 19. Children, and the building of a city continue a man's name. But a blameless woman is counted above them both. What is a blameless woman? Chaste. Remember we looked at chaste last week, chastity? A blameless woman is chaste. Chaste meaning she have her one man, she don't know nobody else. Pure. Writings of Abraham 109 verse 19. Your daughters must be circumcised upon the marriage bed. Our woman gets circumcised on the marriage bed when the matrix is opened by the entrance of her husband. So the man where she dealt with come from Yisra'el, so that means him have a circumcised penis. And that circumcised penis entering her circumcises her. That is how she is circumcised. So all of the women them wonder how to circumcise. I saw you circumcised. Gone bad for some of you already. For this is a Kodesh ordinance, and it is completed at the birth of her firstborn. Now to the young men, the wife of your youth. Very important. Because you think you get a pass because Israel is a polygamous culture. A man can have more than one wife. And so it works. The wife of your youth, Yahweh is very, very clear about the wife of your youth. And when I came across this, I said, well, it's good thing I love mine. I love him dearly. So, me not supposed to have no problem. The wife of your youth, Proverbs 5. My son, listen to my wisdom. Incline your ear to understanding. Put on your ears ground. Make one ramp so your words can run up in it. For the lips of a strange woman. Follow me carefully now. Antonil and Nick One and Ted Ross and Michael. Who else again? Good. I will see all up and around there. Oh, I think I rush. For the lips of a strange woman drip honey. You see the exotic Colombian them? Then talk nice. I put him in a puppy. And you call her Papi Chulo. He say, come here, Papi Chulo. You run gone, drip honey. And their mouth is smoother than oil. I mean, I like how I laugh too much, you know. But in the end, because what you don't know about them Spanish exotic girls, when they're ready to go, cost mighty. In the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. And I need our young men to understand. You see, a strange woman, when you read in the Bible and it says strange woman, it is talking about a woman who not come from where you come from. She not come from Yisra'el, strange woman. And us black men, we love the strange woman, then we not like the black women. We love the strange woman. We love the Puerto Rican and the Bahamian and the Barbados and the Dominican Republic and the Colombia and the Brazils. And over the name, over the Europe now. The Greeks. Spanish, yes, thank you. And the Portuguese. And we call them exotic. That's what you call them, exotic, foreign. We love them something. She is bitter as wormwood and sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, and her steps lay hold of Sheol. So you see, if you love the Colombian girl, them, you go on your knees and you pray, you beg Yahweh to send a Colombian girl coming to Yisra'el. And when she come, you make sure you catch her before Antonil. She does not consider the path of life. Her ways are unstable. You do not know it. You think you know them, woman, you don't know it. Keep your way far from her. Do not come near the door of her house. Lest you, watch it. Look at the reason now. Lest you give your splendor to others and your years to one who is cruel. What is this talking about? You see, when you go and you lay with a strange woman, you are now married to her. When you are married to a strange woman, you now have allegiance with her nation. And so when you get a child with her, the child is now half Jamaican and half Dominican. And so your money gone over Dominica, because chances are that boy is going to grow up and love his mother culture. And the mother wants to draw him in her culture. And so in summers, he goes and he spends time in Dominica. And so when he inherits everything what you have, he carry all it go Dominica. And Yisra'el lose the money. And that is why we are where we are as a people, black people in this world. Because our men go and marry outside of the nation and give the wealth back to the white man where we are trying to get the money from. Let strangers sit here. Let strangers be filled with your strength. The boy come and carry all the Dominican family, then come stay in your big house where you build on a Portland. And your Jamaican family then there, then live down a Marchpen Road, then live around a Dela in a boathouse round there. So can't go in the house. And your labors go to the house of a foreigner, brethren. These things are life lessons. So what must you do now? Drink water from your own cistern pipe. No got people yard go drink water. Take woman from Yisra'el. And running water from your own well. No go over people yard. Should your springs be scattered abroad, rivers of water in the streets? No! Let them be only your own and not for strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, young men, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. Your good Yisra'el girl. Nice, clean Yisra'el girl. Rejoice with her. Laugh with her. And when our teeth start drop out, you laugh and say, you see your teeth drop out of your head. As a loving deer and a pleasant doe, let her nipple satisfy you at all times. You want a nipple to suck? Suck your Yisra'el wife nipple. And be captivated by her love. I forgot to them so young, you know, them not really understand, you know. Let her nipple satisfy you at all times. Brethren, I Bible say it on me. I Bible say it on me, say it, brethren. And be captivated by her love always. The Yisra'el woman are going to love you, brethren. She are going to love you. Listen, me not think me can find somebody in her life who are going to love me more than Natasha. The woman are going to love you. Somebody tell me one time, you know, Anna, who you love and who love you. And me take that lesson and run with it. And that no means I don't love her. Me just say. So nobody go tell nobody, so me say. Be captivated by her love always. For why should you, my son, be captivated by a strange woman? You know much woman me tell you, say, you can't get me from my woman. Because you not do things that she do. No strange girl can run come. You mad? And embrace the bosom of a foreigner. Why you going to embrace the bosom of a foreigner? Isaiah 54. Your maker is your husband, Yisra'el. Yahuwah of hosts is his name. The set apart one of Yisra'el is your redeemer. He is called the Elohim of all the earth. For Yahuwah has called you like a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit. Why is she forsaken? Because you have some crosses man in a Yisra'el who forsake the wife of the youth. And when you forsake the woman, she is forsaken. She can't get nobody else, you know, because she married to you. And Yahweh said, listen, like a wife of youth when you were refused, that is why I am calling you now. So you can have somewhere to go. Because Yisra'el from ever since, it is not a new phenomenon, brethren. It has been that way from day one. Yisra'el men love to go to other nations, go find women and forsake the Yisra'el women. Forsake the wife of your youth. And we have to put a stoppage to it if we're going to reach somewhere as a people. Because again, marriage is not about pleasure. Pleasure comes from it. But the purpose of it is function. Community building. Nation building. Family building. One family at a time. That's why Jamaica mash up and stay so. Yahweh continues. For I hate divorce. No, we don't reach us yet. I want to reach us. A wife of youth when you were refused, declares your Elohim. For a little while I have forsaken you, but with great compassion I will return and gather you. Malachi 2. This you have done a second time, verse 13. You cover the slaughter place of Yahuwah with tears. That's how we stay, brethren. Anytime we get catch, man, catch you again, bun, you start ball. You're sorry. We love balling, brethren. That's how we stay. You cover the slaughter place with weeping and crying and tears because he no longer regards the offering. The man said, no business now. So now you come a ball. And you said, why? They asked, why don't you care anymore, my good husband? Because Yahweh has been witness between you and the wife of your youth. Yahweh cuss out Yisra'el. Yahweh said, I have been witness between you and the wife of your youth, young men, whom you have acted treacherously against. Treacherously means deceitfully. You deceitfully deal with the woman bad and go find somebody else outside of Yisra'el. Though she is your companion, the word here for companion is bound. Though she is bound to you, you know that the woman is bound to you and you are acting treacherously against her. It should not be. So Yahweh said, listen, I don't want no offering from you. Because you not deal with the woman them good. You know the woman is bound to you. She can't get nobody else because you're not dead and you not give her no bill of divorcement. And you have the woman here, her life in limbo. Yahweh said, no come amongst me, brethren. Now wicked. The wife of your covenant. Don't forsake the wife of your youth, young men. So you shall guard your spirit and let no one act treacherously against the wife of his youth. For I hate divorce, said Yahuwah. And the word for divorce there is Shilak. I hate putting away because him not give her the bill. Because remember, if him give her the bill, she can go and marry to somebody else. In this case, the man not give her the bill, the man put her out. And don't give her the bill, so she's still married. Yahuwah said, I hate it. And the one who covers his garment with cruelty. So you must guard your ruach, your spirit, and do not act treacherously. Don't treat the woman like that. Testament of Issachar. Verse 9. Issachar said, listen, there were 2 apples. And Leah said to Rachel, let it suffice thee that you hast taken my husband. Will you also take these also? Leah said to Rachel, said, you take the man, and now you want to take the apple too? Rachel said to her, you shall have Jacob this night for the apple, the mandrakes of your son. And Leah said to her, Jacob is mine, for I am the wife of his youth. So she popped style upon her and said, feel me man, because I'm the first wife, the wife of his youth. And Rachel lick her back and said, you sit down. Because when him come and feel yard, as a little boy, and me him see and like, and say him want, and we father trick him and put you in a room. And you know, she said, you know, she said, work 7 more years for me. After 14 years, he work for me, now you know work for you. Slap her back with argument. But that is not the crux of the story, or what we're looking at. The wife of the youth. Maccabees, 4 Maccabees 2. And this ground, verse 2, therefore, the temperate Joseph, same Joseph who run from Potiphar's wife, is praised in that by reasoning. Joseph sit down and reason it out in him head, brethren, before him act. He subdued on reflection the indulgence of sense. So Joseph got sit down and said, boy, Potiphar's wife, half of me, no man. And she shaped good enough. But Joseph started reasoning it out. Joseph said, all right, me weigh the pros and the cons. If I do this, X, Y, and Z might happen. Me might enjoy the 15 minutes if it even lasts so long. But it's problem if the man ever find out. And Joseph said, all right, rally back. And Yahweh is there, I'm going to disappoint Yahweh. So Joseph said, rally back. I'm going to leave it alone. So, this is showing us it's not impossible to subdue the urges, brethren. It's possible, because man do it. By reasoning, the man reason it out. Logics. Don't just act on impulse and emotions. Logics. He subdued on reflection the indulgence of sense. Because sense, one thing with sense, you know, you think sense, I got to tell you, say, don't take it. At the same sense, make the teeny wheelie stand up. A sense is the senses make you smell the woman and it arouse you. Is the senses make you hear her voice. Is the senses make you see how she shape good. That is the indulgence of sense. So Joseph not use them the sense there. Joseph used common sense and ruach sense. For although he was young, look, although he was young and ripe for sexual intercourse, he ready, he abrogated by reasoning the stimulus of his passions. Man got deal with the urges. And it is not merely the stimulus of sensual indulgence, but that of every desire that reasoning is able to master. So the author here is saying, and not just sexual indulgence, reasoning can master. Any kind of indulgence where you're struggling with, reasoning can master it. And the reasoning is wisdom. For instance, the Torah says, you shall not lust after your neighbor's woman, nor anything that belongs to your neighbor. Says the Torah, Joseph recalled to his mind and said, no, I can't take Potiphar's wife. Second, Adam and Eve show you know how Mastema work. Mastema used sex to catch people. It's one of his primary weapons, if not the primary one. Adam and Eve now come out out of the garden because them sin in a problem with Yahuwah. Satan keep coming to Adam in different forms, trying to convince him to sin against Yahuwah again. Look what him do this time now. This time Satan come, transform himself into a nice young lady like Shanique. Wrap him head with him green turban and come around and put on him nice dress, put on him nice little slippers and walk over Adam. A Satan, you know. But in favor Shanique, you know, gone over Adam. Hear him to Adam. Hear her to Adam now. Hear Shanique to Adam now. Adam, you are still young, my darling. Do not end your youth in this world in sorrow. I see that you are unhappy, Adam. Over my place is nice. Spend the days of your youth in happiness and pleasure, Adam. I have a lot of happiness and pleasure to give you. When we read them together, brethren, words get up off of the page, you know, because women approach me like this, you know. Until they say they can give you pleasure where you never see before. They can make your toes curl. And you climb wall back way. You don't know what them young girls are, who no laugh. In happiness and pleasure, she said, your days are few. What the young people them say nowadays? YOLO, no sir. You only live once. A long time them must say it. Here, Shanique to Adam. Your days are few. You don't have no long time to live. Enjoy your days. Your trials have been great. Be strong and end your days in this world in rejoicing. Come and rejoice with me, Adam. I shall take pleasure in you, and you shall rejoice with me in this way and without fear. She said, we will have many children. Adam, because Adam don't know nothing about sex, Adam catching coward, Adam run going out the house and drop on his knee and pray to Yahweh and say, Yahweh, something can go, sir? And Yahweh got him and said to him, say, Satan, a good thing, you never got it. Must him. Anyways, the end of your youth. I'm going to show you now when youth end. Because a lot of us think we are adults because the system tell us that at 18 you're an adult, don't it? But the same system tell us that the child is 16 and can have sex in my house. Me not work with the system. The end of your youth. When does youth end? Leviticus 22:13. Watch this. When a priest's daughter is a widow, that means that she did married, left the father house, have her man, and the man dead. The man dead, so now she come back to her father. Good. When a priest's daughter is a widow, or put away, the man put her away because she not wash no plate. She not clean. She not cook. So the man said, me go and send you back. She rebellious. And has returned to her father's house. Look, as in her youth. So when you're in your father's house, it signifies what? Youth. Numbers 30. If a woman vows a vow to Yahuwah and binds herself by some agreement while in her father's house, in her youth. Once you're in the man's house, you are what? So it's not an age thing. Once you're in the man's house as a young girl, you are a what? Youth. Good. And we know how it go already. If the father hear and him keep back in words, she bound to her vow, no sir? But if the father hear and nullify it, she is not bound to it. Good, we know it go. We don't need to read it. These are the laws, verse 16, which Yahuwah commanded Mashah between man and his wife, and between a father and his daughter in her youth, in her father's house. So when you are a youth as a young girl, you're still in your parents' house. That is youth. So if you're 30 and you live with your mother, you are a what? Youth. And your youth not done until you take man. Because you taking man means that you leave. Because you don't take man in your parents' house. The man supposed to carry you to somewhere, no sir? Good. Sirach 42. A father wakens for his daughter. Ready? Tell me if I saw this go. The father wakens for the daughter. When no man knows. When you wake, nobody no know. Up and running. The care for her rush. The care for Natanya takes away sleep. When she is young. That is the job of a father. The care of her takes away sleep. Look. Lest she pass away the flower of her age. Lest she go give away something in your house. You have to watch her. You have to take care of her. Make sure that she have everything. As man come and give her car and house and different things and she gone. Take man in your house. Man come with iPhone 17 Pro Max. And being married, lest she should be hated. Because it's when the man don't take you properly, brethren, you run the risk of this man mistreating you, you know. Yes, when a man don't have to come to your parents and look your father in the eyes and say, I want your daughter, and pay him dowry. When him have you over him yard, him do anything with you, you know, because him feel like son of family, you know, they will come back for you, you know. Because when him take you, him never converse with any family. Never converse with no father. No big brother never come sit down and look upon him and a sharp one and mash it. And I make him know, see, we get some chop if you miss yourself. In her virginity, the father cares for her, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. What a big shame and disgrace. And having a man, lest she should misbehave herself. Because when you see the young girl, them start going and you start realizing, no, it look like him have a look at somebody texting him phone. She find man. Because she get rank. Remember when we start facing with my mother and mommy said, wait, you have a woman. You have a woman. Something not right. You smell yourself now. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. When the daughter not here, you have to watch her like a hawk. Lest, and you know, watch her because, and yourself, you watch her fine, brethren. Because you see, when she go out and do the nastiness, you become the laughing stock of the whole community. You shame like dog. Conclusion. Instructions for youths. The Torah for youths. Wisdom of Solomon 8. Wisdom reaches from one end to another mightily. Wisdom stretch from over this and stretch over here. And sweetly she orders all things. Watch it. As a young man, look. Solomon talking. Why is this man? And we learned last week that him wise from him youth. No, sir? Look why him wise from him youth. He's talking about wisdom. Solomon said, I loved her. You think the her here is talking about Pearline? You think the her there is talking about Tamia? Or Shelley? Or Ashley? Wisdom. I loved her and I sought her out from my youth. And on Facebook and i5. And Instagram. And you go type in and say, let me see if I can find Shelley on Instagram. No, another kind of sort out. The man go to him Torah, go read Proverbs. Searching for wisdom. I sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse. When you make wisdom your wife first, in a brethren, then the wife where you're taking her, physical wife where you're taking her, brethren. It's a glorious thing, you know. Because wisdom informs your decision. I desired to make her my spouse. And I was a lover of her beauty. These are the things we're supposed to be focused on as young men. Wisdom of Solomon 9, verse 4. Give me wisdom, Yahweh, that sits by your throne. Wisdom, sit on side of Yahweh. And reject me not from among your children, for I, your servant and son of your handmaid, am a feeble person. I am of a short time, me just a come. I am too young for the understanding of judgment and Torah. So say, I need your wisdom. Young men need to be searching for wisdom. Young girls need to be searching for wisdom. Because wisdom will give you discernment. So when a boy come and say him like, wisdom will tell you if he's sincere or not. Sirach 6 verse 18. My son, Antonil, Nikwan, Michael, Tedras, Shenik, Alauno, Nathaniel. Gather instruction from your youth up. Not from adult up to elder. From youth up, you gather wisdom. Not follow the world. Who say you will learn in your adult life. The world say you waste your time in your youth and then try catch up in adulthood. Madness, that's why people can't reach nowhere in life. You are not taught discipline from your young. So gather instruction from your youth. So shall you find wisdom till your old age. If you not start from your young or when you're old, you still a search for wisdom. Now that I reach you, brethren. And that I reach me, now I still a search for wisdom. Because I never start gather it from my young. Sirach 25:3. Very important. When you look up now and watch this one here, this one is very serious. Very, very serious. If you have gathered nothing at all in your youth, how can you find anything in your age? Mighty. If you not gather sense in your youth, you think you're going to find sense in your age? Answer me now. You can't find something you never gather? Somebody ever send you to search for something you never put on it? You find it? No. Can't never you put it on. So if you never gather sense in your young days, you think you're going to find sense when you get old? If you never gather money and put it down when you're young, you think you're going to find it when you're old? Sirach 51. When I was yet young, or ever I went abroad, I desired wisdom openly in my prayer. If I want to pray for iPhone, I pray for the latest, this and the latest, that pray for wisdom. Ask Yahweh for wisdom. I prayed for her before the temple and will seek her out even to the end, even from the flower till the grape was ripe, as my heart delighted in her. My foot went the right way from my youth up. I sought after her. I bowed down my ear a little, and I received her, and I got much learning, and I profited therein. Therefore, will I ascribe glory unto him that gives me wisdom. Yahweh give wisdom, so ascribe glory unto him. For I purpose to do after her, and earnestly I followed that which is good. And that is why I will never, ever in my life be confounded. Because I followed wisdom from my youth up. So I will never be confounded. No matter the problems, I will never be defeated in life because I followed wisdom. The problems will never overtake me. My soul has wrestled with her. I fought with wisdom, and in my doings I was exact. I stretched forth my hands to the heaven above and bewailed my ignorance of her. So when I realized that I don't have no wisdom, I cried. And I directed my soul unto her, and I found her in pureness. You realize the disposition towards wisdom, it sounds like us when we are look man and woman in our young days. As so we expend with energy, I try to get one girl, and as so young girls expend them energy trying to draw out a young man. Solomon said that energy there, put it towards wisdom. I have had my heart joined with her from the beginning. Therefore shall I not be forsaken. My heart was troubled in seeking her. When me can't find her, me stress out. Young people nowadays, them have a look when them call relationship. I don't know if you stop with the relationship business because ship all too much people go up on a relation bike. Them in a one little relationship. Sure. And the person them message you 9:59 and 10:01 you know answer and then feel like their heart a drop out. Solomon says, so it's supposed to go with wisdom, not with man. Not with woman, with wisdom. When you're calling, you know, your wisdom answer you for stress. Therefore have I gotten a good possession. If we don't have no good possession now, if we don't own nothing now in life, it's because we never seek wisdom when we're young. And everything we own, bank have title feet, this as media have title feet, lien upon car, mortgage upon house, all the phone and upon contract. You don't want nothing. Why? Because you never seek wisdom in your youth. So loan have to do everything. You don't want nothing. 2 Timothy 2:22. Flee from the lust of youth. I can't warn you enough. And pursue righteousness. Testament of Levi 9, verse 9. Be on your guard against the spirit of promiscuity. Only heap of partners where Yahuwah don't permit. The spirit of promiscuity, for it is constantly active. The spirit of promiscuity, constantly active. That's why you can't find so much party. No night, no party, you can't find one party because of the spirit of promiscuity, brethren. Yeah. And the hypocrisy is rampant because these young women nowadays, you go to the house as a visitor, and they don't know that you are there, and they're coming out of the bathroom, and they have on a brassiere, and they have on a panty, and when they see you, they're frightened, and they run back into the bathroom, and they cover up. Check her in February at Carnival. Hypocrisy. It don't make no sense. Selective holiness. You choose where you want to be holy. Don't work. The spirit of promiscuity is constantly active, and through your descendants, it is about to defile the sanctuary. Levi warned him son them. Therefore, watch this. You see, because the spirit of promiscuity is so active, Levi said, listen, you see, when you're so young, and you're ready, and you're active, and the urge depends you, and you're one woman, look what you're going to do. Take for yourself a wife while you are still young. A wife who is free of blame or profanation, that is chastity. who is not from the race of alien nations. I want, when my son come, I want to tell him, listen, when you feel like say you can't hold it, you come. Come and tell daddy. Make you and daddy start scan now, see if we can find some wife for you, one wife for you. So we can deal with it. Because it better go that way than him go do him thing himself. Get a wife and don't go to the other nations. Start scan out Yisra'el. Remember years ago I spoke to the young people here. Individually, and I said, you see anybody you like here? Nobody don't like nobody. No, nasty. Me I like him. Nobody don't like nobody, brother. So if I say it go, how it gonna work? How it gonna work? Man, I go find one little Christian girl, you know, so that a Christianity and Hebrew business. That a passa. Last slide and we finish. Psalm 119 verse 9. Young people, all hope is not lost. Adults, all hope is not lost. There's a way to cleanse your path. The nasty path that you have been on. The nasty path that I have been on. There's a way to cleanse it. How would a young man cleanse his path? The question is asked. To guard it according to Yahuwah's word. That is how you cleanse your path. Now you know, you do. Now you know, you act accordingly. Now you know, you follow. Ecclesiastes 11. A scripture I love when I was a young man. I love it. And the reason why I love it is because it is very frank in warning a young man. It encourages us, in our youth to live our life and get experiences. But watch it. Because a man might read this and say, yes, me can go do my thing and then come back later on. Read it properly. Watch it. Ecclesiastes 11. Who write Ecclesiastes? Anybody want to tell me? Qoheleth. Who is Qoheleth? The teacher. Solomon. Since I don't know. Solomon. Solomon write Ecclesiastes 11. Yes, yes, Solomon boy. Verse 9. Rejoice, young people, in your youth. Young girl, young boy, rejoice in your youth. It's a good time, don't it? Youth time is a good time. Rejoice in your youth. We encourage it. Let your heart gladden you in the days of your youth. That sounds like anything where your heart wants, you must get it, don't it? Yes. You wait. Walk in the ways of your heart. Mighty my heart want the young girl a going for her. Ecclesiastes tell me if you go for her, warm up and go for her, Dagger Master. And walk in the sight of your eyes. So when you see the nice girl pass with the big Mashah, and you look. No. Look where the man said no. But know that for all these things, the walking in the ways of your heart, in the sight of your eyes, and the gladness of your heart, Elohim brings you into right ruling. You know what is right ruling? Judgment. Judgment. Like when we drop in at the pathway with Russian in ball out judgment. Therefore, remove vexation from your heart. Put away evil from your flesh, the fornicating, the drinking, the smoking, if the smoking gets you in problem, the gambling if it gets you in problem, anything you're indulging in that is getting you into problems as a young person. Put it away from your flesh. For youth and dawn of life means a life just starts, because young people life just start, don't it? Are futility. Futility meaning futile. Gone in the blink of an eye. Don't trust in your youth because it is going. It is leaving. And lastly, young people, chapter 12, after him just one in chapter 11. Say, remember in verse 1, your Creator in the days of your youth. Pay attention. Remember your Creator named Yahuwah Asanu. In the days of your youth, before the evil days come. The man said to remember Yahuwah before the evil days come. We remember him when the evil days come. The man said remember him before the evil days. And the years draw near. That means you get old now. When he said the years draw nigh, you know, you're getting old to die. When you will say, I had no pleasure over taboo. I had no pleasure that night with that young lady or that young man. I thank you.
Great eternal Yahweh is your name. We give you thanks for your manservant who has delivered unto your people. He delivered, oh Yah, to the youths, but lessons are still in it for us as parents, as adults, as one who's looking over the youth. Oh Yahweh, we thank you for our dear manservant who go in depth to show what is a youth and when youth start and when it begins and when it finishes. Oh great Yahweh, we hope and pray that the youths are listening, that they listen attentively, and that they understand what is being said and what is expected of them. So great eternal, we ask that you may humbly continue to prick their hearts and their mind, that they may follow into your footstep and remember their Creator in their youths, O Yah, because that is what will set them apart differently from all the other nations and all the other people in the world. So great eternal, we put them before you, dear Father Yah, that they may see what is taking place in this world and know that you are the answer for everything, and that they may walk into the footsteps of you, because you is the one that will give them life and life more abundantly. Great Yahweh, and as we're hearing, we're about to depart, O Yah, to our separate dwellings. We ask that you may continue to cover us, O Yah, like how the hen cover his chicks, and that we may be as clear and as walk into your way, O Yah. Yahweh, we continue to ask you for your protection and your guidance in the coming weeks ahead, that you may continue to protect us. And Father Yah, let all be well with each of us, and that we look forward to see in the next Sabbath coming and the upcoming Pesach and Feast of Weeks. Oh Yahweh, we tell you thanks. Hallelujah.
Thank you very much, Mashah. Thank you all for coming out. Indeed, good counsel for young people, for youth. I trust that you have listened attentively, and that you will you'll take, not only listen, but that you will, well, listen there would mean you act on what you hear in Yisra'el. So I hope that you have listened attentively. And I want to thank those who have come out to be with us here on the ground and those who join us on the World Wide Web. Indeed, we are thankful for persons who are able to give counsel and to rightly divide the word of truth. Let me just thank those who have contributed or participated in the pudding seal. On behalf of the assembly, I want to express your thanks and trust that when it comes on again, you will support again. And if you want round 2, we should be able to knock that off, right? Tell us know if they want a round 2, so we can go for round 2 or 3. All right, so we are now approaching the feast, the spring festival. Just want to just to give you a rundown of what the plans are. So we start on is April 29. That's Wednesday. 29 is we do a foot washing ceremony, etc. We start at 6:30 p.m. So we start at 6:30 p.m. You know that you take your towel with you, so that you can wash each other's feet, etc., etc. Then on the 30th, as a Thursday, we will kill the Pesach, right? And the slaughterers are in place, and and the time of slaughtering is set. I'll make sure I reach here by 3:30 to give finish up, to see that everything is finished up. I have to go to work. I have to go to work, sir. So I'll be here by 3:30. By that time, everything should be finished, and I give my final blessing for roasting. You know yourself already. You know yourself already. The slaughterers know themselves. All right, and then we go over into the night to eat the Pesach. We are staying over those. Well, I'll tell you. Well, Margie will be told how many persons will stay over. We have quite a number of persons who will be staying over for the whole feasts of unleavened bread. It is expected to be great. So it is important that we have everything together, enough food and etc. So we can feel accommodating. So first, if unleavened bread is May 1, that's Friday. That's a Friday. We have service. Will begin at noon, and then the last day of unleavened bread will be the following Thursday. Again, we will have service beginning at noon. All right, so that sounds like it. Then I think the Sunday after would be wave sheaf. We started counting. We started counting for the feast of weeks, Shavuot, right? But you be kept abreast of everything as it unfolds. Hear, O Yisra'el, Yahuwah, our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all of your heart, and with all of your being, and with all of your might. And these words which I am commanding you today shall be in your heart. You shall impress them upon your children. You shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down and when you rise up, and shall bind them as sign on your hand, And they shall be as frontlet between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. It's important for us to begin to continue to speak to our children the commandments of Yahweh, so that they know it. Put some in your house, on the wall, in the bathroom, in the living room, the kitchen, wherever they go to do the thing, that they see and understand that which Yahweh requires of them. It's important because we as adults go, we are expecting that they will continue that which we are now building. It's important. And so let us see how much we can work on that. Alright, just stand where we are as we dismiss. Yahuwah Barak Shamar, Yahuwah Panim or El Kanan, Yahuwah Nasa Panim or Sum Shalom. Yahweh blesses you and keeps you. Yahweh makes his face shine upon you and be gracious.